Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode number 3. So we did an outline here of our field because just to get it plowed. So, as you can see, we got a couple of fields here. This one here. Now you can see there's some spots that's not plowed, and that's because I went a bit too close for when the tractor goes back and forth, especially if it's doing the automatic, the helpers. They can't get that close to the field, so this area and this area that is behind these lines will not be, eventually we don't want to use them. They will get planted back into grass, but I'm keeping this barrier here to stop it from when it goes back and forth. I also did this area here back and forth this way, but we're going to just, in this episode, we're just going to work on picking up stones in this area, and then we have to obviously do some lime and fertilize it. For this episode, we are going to work on the stoning. So we'll see how this tractor works here. We're putting on a hired person to go up and down the line here. I think we will need to readjust them because I didn't know how this stoner was going to work. It's my first time using a stoner, to be honest. So we'll turn it on, and we had to buy a stone. Was it a stone selling point? We had to actually make a selling point for the stones. So that's one thing. I hope it turns the way that I want it to. So as you can see, it can only go up to the fence so far, and then it's going to have to turn around. So that's why we did put a barrier in there on how far it's going to be able to go. So we're just going to let this guy do its thing, and so this is obviously going to be another time-lapse video for you guys to enjoy, but I don't want you guys to be watching I don't want you guys getting bored just watching me go back and forth very slowly, so that's why I do these time-lapse videos. Alright, I hope you enjoy this. Alright, folks, so it was the helper. It does alright, but it's definitely not the greatest. I can say that much. As you've probably seen by watching it, it does some big, huge turns. It goes pretty far to do similar turns. I think it should be better if it utilized reverse a little bit more, turning a little bit more. I don't know. So that's about it. What else you've probably noticed is I had to take a loan. You didn't see, I probably cut it out of the video, me taking the loan, but you can see in the corner that the money is higher than what we started at. So apparently, unlike previous versions of Farming Simulator, you can no longer have a helper when you're in the negative. So it allowed me to go to about -800, and then it stopped. Another thing is this recording is already over 3 hours, so it takes a long time. Plus, there was moments where I wasn't paying attention, and because I went and did stuff. Well, that's the beauty of having a helper. And go do some other stuff and around the house while it works. That's something I also love about the mod Horseplay that was in 2019. I do look forward to it. Some people don't care for Horseplay. They think, what's the point of having the computer do work for you? Well, when you have if you're doing a solo mission, like a solo farm, instead of multiplayer, then Horseplay is excellent because it helps you do multiple fields when it's just you. Like, I mean, if I was in a multiplayer server, then yeah, I probably wouldn't be using Horseplay in the server, because what's the point? Like, the whole point of the game is for us to all be playing, and I get that. And if I'm doing streaming, I want to be doing some of the work. So I'm just going to be going through here to do some final bits. I'm going to do what you can see on the right, I'm going to do as well. It's going to be off the video though. So our next job on this is liming. So you'll see a little bit of liming, and then immediately after that I'll be hopefully planting, because I don't know how much I can borrow, and I guarantee I'm not going to get a whole lot. I'm only going to get maybe $400 from this. From the stones, it's about $128 per 1,000 liters. We only have 2,500 liters or 2,500 liters at the moment. I do have the front part to do, or the other part, whatever you want to call it. I have that still to do, but I don't think it's definitely not going to bring in an extremely good amount of money. And I want to do a little bit of, I don't know, landscaping to just fix up some of this stuff. Anyways, we're gonna jump over to the liming, and then we'll jump right over to seeding right after. So enjoy this little just fix up some of this stuff. Anyways, we're gonna jump over to the liming, and then we'll jump right over to seeding right after. So enjoy this little bit of a time lapse. just like this one, it will. Hey everyone, so we got the liming done. I thought I would just do it because it was going to be quick. So what we're going to do here is we're going to have it plant, let the AI do the planting, and then anything it misses, we're going to paint with the landscape, because then we know what area the AI can do. So that's the plan. So the more we like, the better we get it done in the way of the AI, then the more smooth it goes for in the future of knowing what needs to be done and what not, what doesn't, and it'll be more smooth that way. On top of that, if you can see in the distance there, you might have saw in the distance that we also covered our silage, because we're in need of money right now. So I had to borrow some more money and to just be able to lease these equipment. We return it when we're done. That's why we're just leasing it, borrowing it, whatever you want call it. And then once the seed's all in, we should be done. Because I looked at our map here, and the majority of this land is already double fertilized. You can see some edges are not fertilized and needs a second fertilization. We're not going to worry too much about that. We're just doing what we can to get it nice and smooth, and have it all done, and that way everything is set up correctly for whenever we decide to use the AI again. So that's all we're worried about, is setting it up for the AI whenever we want to do more than one field, or we just, if I just feel like on a day that I'm not recording, to just have it going through while I'm doing housework or working on my homework, because I am doing university with a double major in English and history as well. So, and along that lines, I'm also thinking about doing other YouTube channels about various things, more like podcast style YouTube channels, where we talk about historical stuff, or even politics. But politics will be more along the lines of Canadian politics, because there's too much politics about United States, and I'm a Canadian, so I know people are wanting to hear more about what's going on in my country, for instance. Anyways, we're just going to do this up, and then we're jump into a time lapse here, and then we'll finish up the episode when we're almost finished this field. curious about down here. This is the thing. You get closer to this rock. How close can we get? Might have no problems here, to be honest. Okay, it doesn't like that, so I'm going to let that go. We'll see what it likes to do on this last little bit. How close will it get? Hey, it has no problem there. Alright, so that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up for the algorithm to get it going. Another thing is to subscribe if you want to see more episodes. My aim is for every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern for these videos to pop up. So I hope you enjoy. If we get bigger, we might have more than one episode per week, but we'll see how it goes. Don't forget to ring that bell, be notified when it comes up, and I will see you guys next time.